Well, today I'm going to present a game called The Gardens Between. The Gardens Between is an adventure puzzle game about two best friends, Arena and Fredette, who fall into a strange, surreal world of gardens. The player manipulates time to solve puzzles and help get a light from the bottom of the game to the top of the game. So it is basically the player needs to solve each puzzle in each level in order to help our Arena and Fredette to go from the bottom of the garden to the top of the garden. In doing so, it reveals more about their relationship. So this game design is basically after the player solving one puzzle in each level, they are supposed to see one short story or short memory of their previous childhood story. So after you going through a lot of levels, you can know more about their stories and know more about their friendship. By the end of the game, you understand the threats that's being facing them in the real world. So I feel this game use the concepts of the narratives and spatial storytelling very well, which we discussed in the previous lectures. So this is why I'm going to analyze more details and to talk about this game. Well, let's look at the intro of this game, which is really beautiful. It's a rainy day. Our Arena and Fredette was together in a tree house. Suddenly there's something happen. The time is going backward. And there's light bulb appears, which leads them into somewhere. So this is the intro of this game. It tells the background of this story. As we can see from these pictures, the tree house just leads them to somewhere really mysterious. And also this is the first level we gonna do the adventure. So talk about the spatial storytelling. I feel this game invokes the pre-existing narrative associations and also provides a staging ground where narrative events are enacted. So I'm going to go more details, talk about the games, how these games use these two concepts. So the game set a story background and had pre-existing stories. What players need to do is just solving the puzzle and invoke these games. We can look the first level gameplay and how the gameplay can lead into the stories. So they are in the first level, Magic Island. So their goal is to collect that lantern with the light and put them into the top of the garden so that they can go to the next level. So when the players control the right joystick, it means they can moving the time forward, and if they're using the left joystick, it can make the time going backward. So the first level just need to going forward. Yeah, they collect their short memory piece. Alright, we can continue look at the second scene of the first level. So this time they need to going backward to collect the seed. To continue their way. Yeah, because that black hole will will eat the seed. So this is our friend that need to do something to close that black hole flower, and then the girls can going back to collect a seed again, and then going forward. So two scenes just combine together to reveal their old story. It is two friends playing together with their toy plan. And you need to collect them into a constellation in the sky. Yeah, which is pretty beautiful. It's like you just need to solve the puzzle and to reveal their old memory and just put their old memories into the constellation. So the previous one is just the first level, and there's many levels in this game, so you need to go from the first to the end of that. So I want to talk about the concept of this game. So there is a glowing up of light, so this is something can lead the friends from the first level to the end level. Also is from the bottom of the garden to the end of the garden, and this is something just leads them into a mysterious world and also the abstract world. So what we can see from our game scene, it is not a realistic style of environment. We can see that from each island, it has the rocks, right? And also have a lot of the objects which relevant to their memory. For example, for this one, it has some MP3 player and has headphones. Maybe you can guess for this scene is about the girl and a boy listen music together and talk about their favorite band or something like that. And finally, the concept is constellation. So when you solve the puzzles and finally you can review the memory, and then you can put the memory and collect the memory, store the memory into a constellation, which is a really beautiful thing. I also want keep my memory into a constellation. And this is the final part of the game. After you collect and after you solve all the puzzles, you can collect all the memory piece and put them together to collect them into each constellation. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. And there's a 7 constellation can put together and to start the final stage of the final level of the game. We can look through the final level. Because this is already the top of one, so it's going to the sky. And a lot of childhood memory objects floating around them. It's so beautiful. And they are going to put their last light into the position. Hey. And all the memories going together. Yeah, this is finally the final scene. It shows their friendship and they're always being together, even though they may be growing and finally being apart into different city, but their old childhood memory will staying together, and they have a beautiful memory together, and they have a really good friendship. I pretty like this game because it is really slow and meditative. Personally, I don't really like the shooting games. Maybe it's because I am not good at shooting person. I always died after I just start in the 5 minutes. So I kind of like this type of slow and meditative style of game. And also this game tells really beautiful stories, and it is really reflective and have beautiful soundtrack and beautiful art direction and puzzles that make me observe the environment. And also really like the design of the environment. It combines the real world object toy plants, MP3 players, also the TV, all the stuff in their old childhood into the real style of the island, and they put them together to make a real magic and kind of surreal style of world, which I really like. Yeah, and also it tells the story. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening.